This gospel reading comes from the Sermon on the Mount, a long section in Matthew's gospel about which we have spoken many times, chapter 5, 6, and 7, and a collection of Jesus' homilies. And looking at the homilies of Jesus, the teaching of Jesus, he speaks about fulfilling the law. Sin is breaking a relationship. It's not breaking a law. When you cheat, you're breaking a law, but you're breaking a relationship. You will find that all sin is somehow connected to relationships. When you cheat, you're hurting a relationship. You're wounding yourself, but also you're not just breaking a law, you're diminishing the community. When you're greedy, you're selfish, or you're judgmental, you will find that most sins happen in relationships. They don't happen by yourself. They happen in relationships. This is where you cheat, where you lie, where you spread a bad word about a person, where you make judgments, where you're angry, you're bitter, whatever it is. But sins are in relationships. And speaking in that way, Jesus says, it's not just keeping the law that do not be selfish. When you fulfill the law, you become generous. It's not just forgiving your enemy, it's loving your enemy. It's not just to be angry, not to be angry with somebody. It's to be kind, to say the good word. That's what it means to fulfill the law. If you just settle for the law, it's the minimum. But Jesus is saying you must live beyond the minimum. So when you journey through your day today, you're following Jesus Christ. It's not just keeping laws. You're looking for opportunities to say a kind word. You're looking for opportunities to be generous. You're looking for opportunities to ask for forgiveness. Every one of us needs forgiveness. We're looking for opportunities to ask for forgiveness. That's what it means to fulfill the law. Not just coming to Mass on Sunday. It's coming to Mass on Sunday to celebrate belonging to a people and to give thanks to God for the gifts of life. We don't come to Mass because there's a law that says you have to go to Mass. We go to Mass because Mass is a Greek word that means thanksgiving. We come to Mass because we should praise and thank God for the gift of life. Think about the many ways in which we are blessed. Why should we be generous? Why should we be generous? Because God has given us more than we need. And whatever we have which is beyond our reasonable needs belongs to somebody else, belongs to somebody who's poor. Keep that in mind. When you go to class today or you're out at recess today, you're looking for opportunities not just to keep the law, but to fulfill the law. I mean, when last did we thank somebody? I mean, really thank somebody now. Not just say thank you like that, but pause and say, I haven't told you recently how grateful I am. In a very deliberate way now. That's to fulfill the law. I haven't told you recently how generous you are, how you have blessed my life. That's what it means to fulfill the law. It's not just to avoid something, it's to bring something to fulfillment. So what shall you do today to bring the law into fulfillment, to make it meaningful, to enrich a relationship, to to share a blessing. That's what it means to follow Jesus Christ. That's what the Sermon on the Mount is about. Just read through the Sermon on the Mount, and you'll see that you'll see Jesus saying, you have heard it said of old, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, hold no grudges. Be generous. Overlook the failings of others. Understand humanity. We can call people to be honest and to be honorable and to be decent. But then our approach toward people has to be kind, gracious, and welcoming. Keep that in mind. To fulfill the law is to walk in the presence of Jesus Christ. Amen. We pause now for a moment of prayer. These days I'm praying in a special way for Pope Francis. It's just 10 years since he became Pope. And he's an extraordinary, extraordinary person who is quite different than any popes we've had in the last 50 years, maybe more, with the possible exception of John the 23rd, who became Pope in 1959. Amen.